I'm Danny.
And I'm Althea.
And we are
DNA Live, baby.
Uh-oh. I got my energy. We got my energy. We got the energy.
Okay, stop with your energy.
Okay.
So tonight is going to be a nice night, right?
Okay.
So I want to start out with a couple of shout outs.
Let's get the shout outs. Come on.
All right. First of all, I just wanted to wish a speedy recovery for Lucky Mozzie. And you know we're thinking of you, dude. So get back up, back up off that bed. Okay?
Get up.
Also, I wanted to always give out my shout outs to Miss J and the Misfits, Howie, Gina, and Miss Debbie, my favorite. Also to Barry and Christy. I also wanted to give a shout out to Shampoo.
Shout out to Shampoo.
Shampoo is such a delight, and he's doing such great things. And you know what, his latest IG posts have been really insightful, and he's really given out some really good advice.
No, he's amazing. Shout out to my man Shampoo, and he's one of the hosts. And he's one of the sponsors.
Okay.
Of DNA.
So again,
real quick.
All right. So thank you to our sponsors, YNVS, Natural Born Clothing Brand. You got the Hype Magazine, Maverick Global Distribution, Villan, and Slapwoods. Thank you guys, as always. I also wanted to give a shout out to Ron Cat, Baker Grace, 93.7 The Heat in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Also to our boy DJ Shad in Chicago, Mr. The Beat himself over there.
Yo.
At 103.7 The Beat Radio. And also I want to give a shout out to you. If you haven't seen it already, but Danny is dropping another album. And one of the songs, Sliding, you just did the video with, right?
We did the record. No, actually, Sliding is from the Regenerator album.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I'm sorry.
E&J is from the new album.
Sorry.
And Love Don't Love Me.
Love Never Love Me.
Put it up real quick.
Oh, okay, let's put that up real quick.
The media base. Let's go.
Let's get the media base out there.
We went number one, ladies and gentlemen. Give it a big applause for that one, brother.
Can we get an applause? There we go.
Number one
on
that media base chart, ladies and gentlemen. Love Don't Love Me.
Love Never Love Me.
Yep. Love Never Love Me.
Love Never Love Me. Okay.
Love Never Love Me.
So, and also again, shout out to my boy Chris Milo. Edisbella is also doing phenomenal. I really wish him well with that song. I mean, I love that song.
And again,
I love that
shout out to my mans too.
Who?
M City Jr.
Oh, M City Jr. Addicted to My Ex. That boy is going double platinum, dude.
Exactly. So big shout out to him, man.
And also, we have coming up is a pop artist.
Okay.
Her name is Maddie Mayo.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. And she's going to be with us in a couple of minutes. So stay tuned after the commercial break. And we'll be sitting here and interviewing the fabulous Maddie Mayo.
Woo!
Yo, put your hands up. Right now we're inside a war with ourselves. Yo, America, are we gonna wake up from this? Where the real Americans at, you heard? Where we at? Man, you blinded and you lied, you just censor inside your own. Everyone pretends they love you, but messing you up in homes. Laughing without the way you can't even afford food. And everybody looking at you acting so rude. They thinking that they love you, your skin, that's what they see. They don't understand the militant while it be. But the anger that they got, they just play for each other. A civil war, they trying to come for us, kill one another. But I woke up last night, I got a talk to my peers. Tell them, listen, we gotta march, and what do we hear? You laughing, you crying, you angry, you feeling and skating. Saying with all the time, they just demonstrated. Leave you inside the cars, they don't wanna see you out. They leave you locked doors, breaking your jaws over locked. They lock you up, they wanna trap you, put you inside with a lock, it's mental block. Cause all you ever hearing is the cops screaming lifeless. Now all of a sudden we thinking prices. Putting that two there, be caught crashing in crisis. Now they hating how the way how they even look. They try to lock us up, throw it down, try to play the book, wanna get us shook. Every time try to get it booked, overshook. Saying God is there, but love is overlooked. They try pretending that we close with a phone next to each other's ears, but we're more social distancing corona, yeah. They try to acting like we ain't one inside our home. We acting like that we ain't one and one inside our home. I said, Lord, let's go. I said, let's fight. You can't step to us anymore. You lie to the people.
And
we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so without further ado, let's bring on Maddie Mayo. Let's go, people.
Mayo.
I love the applause sound effect. This is great.
I know, right? It's
Welcome
like,
to DNA.
Thank you. I'm
welcome.
excited to be here.
You know, I've been watching you because, you know, everybody that Howard sends me, I watch, right? So I did, first of all, welcome to the show. But I did watch, there was a nice little video that you had put out about the last name, Mayo.
Yeah.
Right? So I thought it was so cute because she was explaining to everybody because her name is actually, it is actually Maddie Elise Mayo. I love the name Elise, by the way.
Thank you.
But I was coming, you know, and you're the pun queen from my understanding as well.
I make a lot of puns. It's like, honestly, I should be a dad with my humor, but you know, here we are, just Maddie Mayo. So I mean, with a name like Mayo, you have to learn at an early age to make a lot of jokes about it because trying to survive like middle school with that name was rough. But we made it.
Really?
Well, of course. So, you know, because I was thinking to myself, the first thing I kept thinking about was like when she comes on the show, I'm going to say it was nice to catch up with you. Get it? Catch up.
That was actually a good pun. Wow.
I'm just, you listen.
I'm
It's good.
Oh, I got a few more. I wrote them down.
I don't want to like throw ranch into your condiment puns, but I think I've probably heard most of them, so I might try and beat you too.
All right. Okay, we're going to be doing that the whole interview. You know, right? It was so cute. You know, I was like upward and onward. This is where we're going. But again, you are a sweetheart, so it's good to have humor. You know?
Yeah, it's very good to have humor because a lot of times we have a lot of people that are serious, and it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, you got to have laughter. But anyway, let's start off. You were actually from, I can't pronounce it. If I do it right, I will. But McMinnville, Oregon.
Yes, yeah, you nailed it. You did put the East Coast accent though on Oregon,
right?
Us Oregonians, we say it Oregon like an organ in your body. Everybody else calls it Oregon.
Okay. See, she got me. That was good.
But you nailed it. You nailed it on McMinnville. That's a tough one.
And you need, that's the whole thing. It was all those ends, you know. And I'm sitting there going, oh gosh. But tell us about that. A little bit of backstory on how you grew up over there, and then decided to jump into the Lions Den, into LA.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up, McMinnville was more of a small town than it is now. As I was growing up, it has like blown up lately with the wine country, which is amazing. So now people are like, oh yeah, I went and I visited Willamette. And it's like this whole thing now. And I'm like, yeah, we don't even have a Target. It's a small town. We're not even big enough for a Trader Joe's. But it was a great town to grow up in. There was just one high school. So all of the kids in town, we all knew each other. We all went to the same school. But because it was only one, it was a pretty big school, so I had a lot of really awesome music programs, and I was like a choir nerd from day one, music theory, all of that fun stuff. And honestly, as everybody was like getting ready to go off to college and spend all this money on degrees, I was like, I don't want to do anything other than sing and dance, and I don't want to put myself into debt trying to pay for a degree in that because I don't know how much that's going to serve me. I'm like, college is great if if you're wanting to be an engineer or a doctor or anything like that like requires that degree. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna go to LA. I'm gonna give it a go. And if it doesn't work out, I'll go to school. Like, I'm fine. I'm resourceful. I'll figure it out. Life is long. We'll get there. So yeah, after a year after high school, I got like a bunch of little part-time jobs because I could not find anything full-time. It was right around the time where they required that you provide healthcare to your full-time employees. So nobody wanted to hire anybody over 30 hours a week. So I just collected a bunch of jobs and like worked my butt off, saved a bunch of money, and I moved down to Los Angeles. I moved into Home for Dancers and like rented a bunk bed by the week. Until I could find roommates and a job and get myself set up in LA. And honestly, like everything kind of just fell into place for me once I got there. And I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, this worked out great. And I love Los Angeles. Like, it's home for me now. It will always be home. It's like the best community of people. And it's where a lot of the opportunity is as a musician and as a dancer. So yeah, that's kind of how I ended up there.
She's very seasoned.
Nah, what I love about her is that she's not scared to actually, a lot of people do not make it because they're scared to get out of their comfort zone. You just basically explain, hey, I saved up, didn't have no place to go, did what I had to do, and now I made it, now I'm here.
Yeah. I mean, she did a wonderful job with doing that.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. Because again, like I say it, people don't like to get out of their comfort zone.
Not a lot of people have the guts to go do that. They always they talk about it, what they want to do and stuff like that, but they really don't take that leap. And I mean, it's better to try at least, even if you fail. But when you get older, at least you said that you tried. Better than not to have those type of regrets when you get older. But you did it. And I mean, how long have you been in Los Angeles now?
So I was in Los Angeles for a little while, and then I moved. I lived in Texas for a little bit, and I just came back to Los Angeles like a year ago. So I was in Texas for a while, actually, a little longer than I wanted to be because I love Los Angeles. I'm really happy to be back. So I moved originally down to Los Angeles I was 19. I'm giving away my age here if anybody wants to take any guesses. I was 19, and that was in 2015. So like almost 10 years ago now.
You went to Los Angeles at 19 years old.
19.
You just picked up the bags. When did you start? Listen, this blew my mind. When did you just start? Hold up. When did you start saving up to move to Los Angeles?
I graduated high school when I was 18, and I spent a gap year just saving money. And I mean, I still lived at home with my parents, and thankfully I had that. So I wasn't like having to pay rent and all of that stuff. The adulthood hadn't kicked in just yet. So I was able to save all the money I was making. So yeah, I took just 1 year. So started saving for a year and then moved down there and realized I should have saved a lot more because Los Angeles is really expensive, especially when you're a 19-year-old and you don't know how money works yet.
Yeah.
So those were some good lessons to learn right off the bat. But yeah, against my parents' wishes, they were like, oh dear God, our 19-year-old child is like leaving and we can't stop her because she's technically an adult, but like, oh dear God. So they like begged me to wait because I was like, in the middle of the night, like had drug a suitcase up the stairs and I was like, it's it. I'm done. I'm moving. I can't take it anymore. It's time for me to go. And I was like throwing things into a bag. And my mom was like, hold on, let me call your sister. My sister lives in Seattle. She's like, her and her husband will come down. At least let them drive you. I know you don't want like mommy and daddy dropping you off in LA, but like if we're going to get your car down there, can you at least let your big sister drive you? I'm like, okay, fine. I'll wait till tomorrow. And so they helped me like do the, I don't know, what's it like 17, 18-hour drive down from McMinnville to California. And they like left me at the dance dorm. And I remember my sister leaving and they were like, okay, bye. You're just going to like be in a bunk bed. It was like sleeping with 10 other people in the same room. Okay. But it was great because dancers are amazing. It was like all dancers in the house. It was a total blast.
That is, that's a
my God! When you have actually made him silent, that's an accomplishment.
It's just I never heard really a lot of the 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds picking up. It's like, okay, I left at 23. Okay, I left at 25. Okay, yeah. And then when she's like, yeah, I was 19, and I said, you know what? I'm in a small town. It's time for me to try to go make it. I'm out of here.
But I can imagine.
That just blew my mind.
But I can imagine the nervousness of those parents because it's their baby girl. living in a nice little cute.
Are
little
you the youngest
town.
one?
Yeah, it's just my sister and I. So I was the baby of the family.
She's the baby.
Know
so,
it.
She takes off, to do. Yeah, I mean, I can understand that.
You know what the good thing is?
What?
I'm just saying, like, I know the parents are nervous, but like, man, everybody's out the house now.
Yeah.
Think about that. Like,
this is so not true.
Not even like, come on, how many people do you really know that age just picking up and leaving? Usually like 20, 21, 23, 24.
That didn't happen. That didn't happen in my family.
Well, now I feel like maybe even 10 years ago, it was a bit easier to leave right off the bat when you were like 18, 19. Yeah. And I feel like that's changed a lot now because of just economic struggles and like millennials are facing it. And I feel bad for Gen Zs at the moment, like what they're going through, and housing is way more expensive. I shared, when I finally got my first apartment in LA, I shared a bedroom with another girl, and it was a 2-bedroom apartment. And so we split one of the 2 bedrooms, and my rent was $500 because I was sharing the room. But like, to think that that could even exist now, it doesn't. Like, you couldn't even split a bedroom for $500 now. It's crazy. I mean, that's what I wrote the whole Nepo Baby song about, is literally my sassy response to exactly that. And like, I had the right timing for it. Yeah.
When if I can say something with my parents, it got to a point. You see, other people, like, they don't want their kids to go, right? And I think I didn't leave my house until I got married. That was just like, it was a born, like a Greek, typical Greek traditional family. And my father, he would not let me leave the house until I had a ring on my finger. That's just, the Greek traditional value.
Yeah, you saved a lot of money.
It wasn't, I mean, they did, but at the same token, it was like, my mother was like, you can let her go.
Get her out now.
I mean, I think I was like at 26, 27. I was still home. But I was, like you said, I was loving it because I wasn't paying rent. I mean, I helped out with bills here and there, just whatever I had, like whatever. If I had a cell phone or whatever I had for myself, I had to pay it for myself. I wasn't living off my parents, but I kind of was. But yeah, my mom wanted me out. There was a point, my mom's like, don't you ever think about, leaving, going on your own? And my dad's like, no, she stay home. So, I love my dad.
So now, right? So what I want to get to a point real quick with her though. So now, after that happened, like in your journey, right? How fast did it start going for you when you started hitting LA? How did like reality kick in into the entertainment business?
I mean, quickly and slowly at the same time, because and also I'll say, I know I'm looking back on it with rose-colored glasses because now it's been like, time has passed and I'm like, everything was wonderful. But I do remember being quite terrified, like a couple weeks in, of like, oh no, because when I moved down, I had a roommate lined up originally, and me and a friend were both going to move from Oregon together, and we were going to have a place to share. And then she was like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find a job. And she kind of panicked and was like, I can't do it. I can't move with you. And I was like, screw it. I'm going by myself. And that was the moment when I was like dragging the suitcase up the stairs. So when I moved down there, I found the dancer dorm. This is a home for dancers. Which sadly did not survive the pandemic, but it was a great resource. And I lived there, but they only had a bunk bed available for 2 weeks. So the owner was like, this is rented after 2 weeks, but it's available until then, and the house is full. So you got 2 weeks, kid. And I was like, cool, I can find a roommate and a job in 2 weeks. That's like totally a long amount of time. That's so easy. Like, and only a 19-year-old would think that. Yeah. So I got down there, and sure enough, it did actually happen quite quickly. Within 2 weeks, I did find a job, and I found like 3 jobs. So I was like nannying, I was working at Starbucks, and I was working at the Glendale Mall selling clothes, and just kind of was like, okay, we'll do all these things. It's fine. At least I have a car. If anything happens, I can sleep in my car. Everything's going to be fine. But I found that roommate. What was actually funny too, because I'll give my bit about manifesting, because I am a little bit of a hippie witch here. When I went down to visit when I was like 18, before I moved to Los Angeles, I was looking at apartments, and my dad was definitely trying to scare me away from moving to Los Angeles. He was like, I'm going to take her to the scariest apartments I can find. And this is all you're going to be able to afford. This is it. And like, one of the landlords even looked at my dad and was like, I would not rent to your daughter. And he's like, well, she's an adult. She needs a cosigner. We'll cosign. And he goes, no. I'm a father. I have a daughter. This this building's not safe. I would not rent to your daughter. And my dad's like, well, this is all you're going to be able to afford, trying to scare me. But I went to go visit this one place. It's in North Hollywood. And it's right across the street from a bunch of the dance studios. It's like exactly in the hub, right where I wanted to be. And I was like, this is where the dancers live. I want to move here. I've seen it in all the YouTube videos I watch. Everybody obsess over, like, they live right here on this block. So we went and toured this building, and it's expensive. It's like $2,000 a month. It's like, there's no way I could afford it as a 19-year-old working a minimum wage job. And I'm like, just let me tour it, Dad. So we tour it, and I keep the little flyer from the office with all of the lease prices on it. And for the next year, I have it on my bulletin board. And I wake up every morning, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to go to like one of my 7 jobs. I'm exhausted. And I'm like, I'm going to move into that apartment. Let's go. Come on. And I would go, and every night before I'd go to sleep, that's the last thing I'd look at. So when I finally came off through a friend of a friend of a friend, I found this random girl who needed a roommate. She's like, meet me at the Starbucks on the corner. Just to make sure I'm like not a crazy person. She doesn't want to tell me where the apartment is yet. So we meet, and she's like, cool, you're cool. We'd get along. Well, if you want to see the apartment, it's actually right there. And she points to the building, and I go, no way, that's the building. And it was the building that I had kept the flyer of. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, within 2 weeks, I managed to get myself into the building that I wanted to live in. And I moved in. I called my parents, and I was like, bring the rest of my stuff down.
So how moved in with your father? Like, guess what? Remember that building I told you I wanted to move in? I'm right here. He probably was like, that quick?
That's when my parents were like, all right, this kid, we just got to let her do her thing.
He made it.
But life works out when you trust it. You work hard, and you'll land on your feet.
I was gonna say, you got to keep pushing.
That's amazing.
Pushing. But she's a dancer, so she's got some moves on her. I've been watching her.
Man, I want to hear some of the stuff.
Well, I just want to show a little. It's a small little clip, but it's of her dancing. So if we can play that real quick, hon.
Beverly Hills, you look beautiful. That's really cool.
Don't worry, I'm just lazy. Should've been a nepo baby. Best by the age of 5. The only way I could survive. 2 jobs and 3rd degree, burning through the fake money. Can't own a pool, so I swim in
You could do that, right?
I could do that. I could break a hip and do that.
No. You could do it. You could do it.
Oh, hell.
You can come to my class. I teach in Hollywood on Monday nights. You can come learn it. It'll be fine.
Go to Hollywood.
Don't try to butter me up, okay? It ain't gonna happen. If I did that, I would break a hip.
No, you would turn 2 knees and then hit the floor somehow.
Yeah, and then it would break.
I'd be like, how did you just do this?
Yeah, I can't do that.
No, good job. No, very, very dope.
I can only imagine, because how soon until we see the rest of that video?
Well, hopefully in just a couple of weeks. I had some more shots lined up that I was going to get, and life happens. So we're pivoting to get the shots a little bit differently. I was hoping to have the full video to share with you today, but we got a little delayed. We actually, that was shot on a brand new iPhone, which I thought was incredible for the quality. So we're shooting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're shooting this whole thing on iPhone. All my friends were like, you need a music video for the song. You need a music video. I'm like, I know, but I just don't have the cash flow as an independent artist to make a video that I really want to make. And all my friends are awesome. They were like, okay, well, I just got the brand new iPhone. We're going to film it on this. My friend was like, I'm a choreographer. I'll help you choreograph. My boyfriend helped me film all the shots. My other friend styled us and helped us location scout, and everybody just jumped in. And my other friend was like, yeah, I'll come dance in it. And so we're getting the video done. So hopefully in a couple weeks, we'll have the full thing out.
You want to hear something real cool? TikTok actually opens up the algorithm more if you actually shoot it on your iPhone.
Yeah, that's true. Good to know.
That is true.
A lot of people do not know that.
Well, all I'm saying is, you don't need the huge budget and the craziness of the stress of having to get this crazy ass music video. Because let me just tell you, as long as people have a little bit of a visual while the song is playing and they really like the song, it really doesn't matter how elaborate the video is. But she's got a good thing going on there.
I'm gonna be honest with you, it definitely depends. Not on even budget, it just depends on what's your vision. Because I've seen a lot of things blow up that are just shot on, again, an iPhone.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of famous rappers and a lot of famous entertainers use the iPhone, and they get more than somebody that's paying
I know.
You know what I mean? Like a $50,000.
Don't say that too loud because people might lose their business.
Yeah, I mean, that's where most of us are consuming our videos, though, is just like scrolling. We're on TikTok, we're on Instagram Reels. So I shot all of the shots in vertical and horizontal. We did 2 shots each time. So I'll release it on YouTube for that format, and then the full video on TikTok, which is where most of my following is TikTok people. So we'll give the full video over there as well.
That's what you're gonna get on, right? The TikTok.
Yeah. That's pretty. That she does a lot of videos on TikTok and Instagram, but just watching her, I'm like, she's got such vivacity. She has such energy. She really does. She has a lot of.
She shocked me being 19 years old and just say, "I'm just moving to LA."
Well, she's not 19 anymore.
No, but still, like even having that ambition is like, man.
Want to see my gray hairs? They're coming in. No.
Can't even go with the grays, dude. I had grays at 21. Okay, they came in at 21. I mean, it's
Mine
just
starting.
Yeah, it happens.
It's when you work really hard.
That's when Clairol number 5 comes in.
You know what I'm saying? What?
Clairol number 5.
Oh,
yeah. It's okay.
But I'm letting mine come in as just little glitter strands for right now. We're just embracing the sparkle.
I don't know if you can see mine. You see, if I see how you see, like, I don't know.
It looks blonde.
Well, I mean, honestly, it looks blonde from the camera. Yeah, it blends great.
You know why? Because I was asked that yesterday, because somebody braided my hair and all these different colors came into the braiding. And I said, and they go, "Did you do this?" I'm like, no, what happens is when I dye my hair, I only go for the roots here and here. In the back, I couldn't care less because I don't look. I don't see it. But it's obviously growing in the back. So when it's out in the sunlight, it changes colors. So I got like an autumn forecast back here because you can see oranges and blondes and stuff. Listen, I grow old gracefully. Okay. I like my gray.
It's painted by wisdom is what it is. It's a wisdom ombre.
I love you. I love you, Maddie. I love you. I love you. So
I just say I'm working too much, and that's why the grays are coming in.
Yeah, well, we're gonna
just hope somebody offers you a break.
Always play Santa Claus. Remember that.
We can always get you just for men too. So
no,
I'm just saying, just throwing it out there. I'm just saying it, just throwing it out there. So, can we go to a really quick commercial break and we can come back and play her song?
Ooh.
Okay, so we'll be right back with Maddie Mayo.
Now I got to let her know Daddy ain't never gonna leave. You know I want you, girl, for all eternity. Now I got that money, my money, that's gonna give me black and on. Why you tell me for you the niggas inside the girl? Get outside that 50 guy, yeah. I said he's generated, but now he's charged up. I said you better get your flow, you better part up. He's shutting down everybody with a gun, he doesn't care, cause you know that energy's about to rise in the air. Going shake it for the money, shake it for the money, shake it for the money. Shake it for the money, shake it for the money. I got money to burn.
I love that song.
Me too. That's one of my
okay,
favorite
so we were talking with Maddie. So can you put her back on, please?
Bring me back.
And we're back.
I'm ready.
She's ready. She's ready. Okay, so I'm relishing in the moment right now.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't get them, but it's okay. So anyway, we're gonna play your song, Nepo Baby. So take it away, DJ.
You already know DJ Energetic, man. For everybody listening to this record right now, listen to that girl.
Hey, babe.
Day job to pay for the daydream, night job to cover my ass. I thought I lived for the music, but now I die for the cash. I work to work through my feelings, I carry yours on my back. You just ignored all the problems, we gotta brace for the crash.
You ready?
Don't worry, I'm just lazy, should've been a Nepo baby. Bested by the age of 5, Tells the handshake the lobby. Money's such a fun hobby. Working to carry the bed weight. Hold keys just to keep the gate. Close that so you can stay peaceful. Cause you should have it all. Don't worry, I'm just lazy. Should've been a nipple baby. Best by the age of 5. The only way I could survive. 2 jobs and 3rd degree. Burning through the fake money. Can't own a pool, so I swim in it. Need more. Splurging on my groceries. Work more. Can't afford an injury. Need more. Rent still gets the best of me. Earn more, spend more. You say, take it from me. Kid, American dream. Only if you never sleep. Always up on the grind. Just manage your time. Better, smarter. Don't worry, I'm just lazy. Should've been a nipple baby. Best by the age of 5. The only way I could survive. 2 jobs and 3rd degree. Burning through the fake money. Can't own a pool, so I swim in bed. Need more. Splurging on my groceries. Work more. Can't afford an injury. Need more. Rent still gets the best of me. Earn more, spend more. The cycle's never ending.
That's right,
Yeah, I
baby.
want to hear some more.
Trendy new splurges. Get
Put some
this.
more, man.
Some more.
Put some more. Let's go.
Holy cow.
I want some more music.
You want some
got
more? Do we have more? Do we have anything? No, we don't. Okay. All right. You wanted more.
Yo, she
You wanted
is
more.
fire.
She is fire.
Yo, put that man. Put that sound on.
So how did you come up with the Nepo baby?
So it's actually Nepo baby. So Nepo baby is basically the term that, I don't know if you've been on the side of things where everybody really started picking on Hailey Bieber for a minute. This all connects, I promise. Which Nepo is short for nepotism. So it kind of blew up online for a while. Everybody was like, well, they're just getting these jobs because they're Nepo babies. And it became this whole thing. And like Hailey Bieber was like photographed wearing a t-shirt that said Nepo baby on it because she was like, screw you guys. Sure, I am. And so anyways, that term kind of has become a term that we're all using lately. And I honestly wrote this song after I had a really frustrating conversation with my parents. I'll preface this with, I love my parents. I have a great relationship with them. They're just from an entirely different generation. And kind of like I mentioned earlier, like my generation has a totally different world now than we even did 10 years ago, and certainly than my parents did when they were 28 years old. And so we were just having a conversation because my sister's 5 years older than me, and she has kids and a family, and her and I are facing the struggles of like groceries are expensive, housing is expensive, all like everybody's buried in medical debt. And so it's one of those things that we're just like you guys don't understand. My parents like, you just need to just buy a house. It might not be one that you like, but just a starter home, and then you can fix it up, and then you can sell that, and you can later you'll get the house that you want, and it'll be fine. And I'm like, what house is anywhere near affordable? Look around, the world is on fire. Like, what's going on? And so we kind of had that conversation, and it was a whole long conversation among many topics, covering just kind of money and the economy and the difference for our generations, and not really seeing eye to eye on it. So I went to a session a couple days later, and I sat down, and my producer was like, what do you want to write about? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm like so mad still about this conversation that I have with my dad. Like, I don't understand how to help him understand that like the world is different now. And so we were talking about it, and my producer is actually from Morocco. So he is here on a visa so that he can do music here. And so we were also kind of just talking about that and the cost associated with living here with that. And some articles came to mind that I had been reading that I saw a news article that was like millennials and Gen Z's trendy new splurge, groceries. And I'm like, Okay, the boomer generation or the people that think that that's like okay, that
Yeah.
everything's so expensive, they're thinking like, oh, it's because they're buying unnecessary things. They need to
Yeah,
just be eating bread
Right.
and ketchup. That's what I did when I was their age.
Oh wow.
And my generation is like, we just want to eat food. Like this
Right.
is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
We were promised if we went to college and got good jobs, we'd be able to like live, and it's not happening. And so, you know, the two sides of that coin. So anyways, I wrote this song kind of based off that. So that's why that article, that title of the article is at the beginning as a news clip at the beginning of the songs is Millennial and Gen Z's trending new splurge is, get this, groceries.
I know.
And so it goes into the day job to pay for the daydream, night job to cover my ass. And it's very much like millennials and Gen Z now are the first generation to be co-working, or not co-working, to be having two jobs or more.
Right.
Poly working is like the new term that they've made to make it sound fun.
Yep.
And it's not. People are tired,
Yeah.
more so than the other generations. And so each line in the song really kind of goes through that. And the chorus is, "Don't worry, I'm just lazy,"
Yeah.
because I feel like that's really the rhetoric. Because people are
I
like,
love it.
millennial and Gen Zs are just, nobody wants to work these days. And I'm like, no,
We
are
don't
we
have
working
jobs.
multiple jobs at a time, or does nobody want to work? Which one is it, guys?
Right.
So it's really just me being sassy. Like, don't worry, I'm just lazy. I should have been a nepo baby. Like, maybe if you guys would have passed on more to me, then I wouldn't have to be such a. I should have been a nepo baby if I wanted to be lazy.
Mhm.
So it's really just kind of a sassy, tongue-in-cheek response to honestly something that's like kind of depressing for a lot of us right now. So yeah.
I feel for her.
But you
I
know
do.
it's gonna get way better.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? Because
I hope so. I hope so.
2007, right? 2007, I graduated in 2007 and 2008. I had jobs, state jobs ready to go up. They did a
Mhm.
freeze on everything,
Mhm. That was
right?
a bad time to graduate, dude.
Yeah.
Listen, so anyway, they did the freeze on everything. When they did the
Mhm.
freeze on everything, we did like, you know, what you guys did with the small jobs running around trying to get it. In the recession, the real recession hit. Market, remember, crashed 2007.
Okay.
And then it got better. It started getting slowly and slowly and slowly and slowly and slowly and better. When that happens, you're gonna see the boom happen. You're gonna see the difference. That's why, like right now, it's just for right now.
Mm.
It's not gonna stay that way.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so.
I don't think it's gonna
I
stay
hope
that
not.
way. I don't think
I
it
think
can.
we're all starting to recognize that there's some issues with it, and everyone's seeing the inflation, and I think we're all like, okay, let's fix
Yeah.
this.
Let's fix it.
So I'm holding out hope for it, and I try to make silly, silly pop music out of things, but actually still say something at the same time about it. Like, hey guys, this is a problem.
Mm.
We can joke about it, but these are real news articles that I'm quoting in a song.
Love the music.
Yeah, but you know what? Because
I love it.
Thank
I
you.
understand that because I am also a different generation. I am older than both of you. So,
Really?
yeah. So, I probably come from that I grew up in the 80s. Okay. So,
Mhm.
but I do remember as when left, I didn't leave my parents until, like I told you, but I had to do things on my own, but I didn't have to hold down 2 or 3 jobs. I was actually going to school. I did take, some college courses, and I would go to college at night, and then I would work during the day to pay my bills, you know? So even if I was on my own, I could probably have still made a living back then, because everything was more easier. I understand where your parents are coming from because back then I didn't have to work as hard. I didn't, it was just going to school and then I went to my job and I made enough money that I really didn't need to be at home, but it was good for me to stay home and, save all my money up, But now
100%.
it's just a little harder now for kids these days. It's just everything is just that expensive.
Can I say one thing now? You have people right now becoming millionaires just using a phone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So there's still a lot of money out there, but what happened is the money isn't the way that we were taught how to make money is changing in a rapid pace.
Exactly.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
and I get very
one of those
annoyed
things.
too. I get very annoyed too of people, not even people. I just get very annoyed of there's so much opportunity out there now, more than ever. But the thing is, again, miscommunication and how to get it.
Yeah. I think the problem also is that a lot of them are waiting for the opportunity rather than actually going out there and getting it like she did.
But look at you. You know what I'm saying? Look at you. You are the definition of a go-getter, somebody that's going to make it.
Yeah. Because she's
that already technically did, basically, because you went out to LA by yourself.
Yeah.
Nobody helped. No mommy and daddy, none of that. You did it.
Yeah.
I wish I would have been a Nepo baby. It would have been so much easier.
I
yeah, I mean, and I see that a lot. I see that a lot in my peers. You know, everybody's working really hard. It's one of those facts of life. You know, over 80% of America is in debt above 50 grand, and the average income of an American is about $60,000 a year. So their debt is almost the equivalent and will continue to rise because nobody's paying it off in full. They're paying off the minimums each month, and so it's kind of that cycle that people get stuck in, and there's a lot of opportunity out there if you can get above that. Like some of those little barriers, all those little things are just you know, it's hard. Life can be hard.
It's going to get better because you're going to see a lot of things transpire in the next couple of years. So you're going to see a lot of what they say with the inflation and the debt. I don't want to get too much on politics, but there's just a lot of, I always say, dead weight in this country. When they get rid of that, it's going to even out because I already know all that.
That's why I put that word in the song.
Yeah. There's a meaning for everything.
Yeah, but that's why I said that.
Okay, I'm just saying. But
you know, I listen to lyrics.
I'm just saying,
but there's going to be a lot of dead weight. When the dead weight leaves, it's going to change the whole economy and the whole surrounding, and things are going to start going lower again. But I always believe, though, you already know, Uncle Sam always wants his money.
Uncle Sam always wants his money.
Uncle Sam's always going to get it too. That's the one part about it. You can almost guarantee the two guarantees in life are death and taxes.
There you go.
It'll happen.
All right. She's got that right.
And that's why. But anyway, so how do you feel right now? Right, what is your goals for 5 years down the road for you to accomplish to yourself?
For myself, my goals right now, I'm heavily focused on music. I really want to get to the point where I'm able to tour and do full shows. I mean, as you guys know, I'm a dancer, so I love performing and I love being able to do both. And that's why a lot of my songs, I make them with that in mind as I'm writing the music. I'm like, okay, I need this to be more of a dancey something. Like I can see this on stage. I want this moment here. So I really want to get to the point where I'm getting to do those big tours and get out there and connect with people. But overall, I mean, like I said, I write music because I have something to say. And so I want to write music out there that can give somebody a little nugget that is fun, it's dancey, it's catchy, but it's something that they can relate to. And maybe it's something that they can carry with them. And so I want to create like that little space that people just want to kind of crawl inside of and live in for just a minute. Because that's really what music is. It is something that helps us all feel whatever emotion is that we're going through. So I want to expand that audience and be able to reach more people with that and have people that will, come want to see that live and enjoy the live shows and come party with me. Is the goal. I want to keep making music and keep writing about things that people want to hear about, that want to sing along to and dance along to. And I hope in like 5 years from now, you guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, Maddie Mayo.
I know her.
We had her on 5 years. Call that girl up. Like, she's blowing up. That's the goal.
I believe it. Your music is, I was telling her on break, I was just like, very impressed. You know what I'm saying? Because, no offense, they get a lot of people, they give us demos, they give us singles and all that, and they always say, yo, take a look at this.
Let me stop you right
and
there.
She denies it every 5 seconds.
No, let me just stop you right there, because if it wasn't for the relationship that I have just garnered with two very special individuals, okay, one of them is Howard and another one is Barry, and they have gave us this output of really talented individuals.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
They've been hitting it on the dot.
They've been hitting it on the mark every week. So every week, I talk to Howie and stuff, and I'm like, okay, who do we got next? I'm like, what do we got next, Howard? It's just like I'm enjoying this journey with these guys because they're bringing people who are just stars, who are just so talented. And it's like, it's such a pleasure when he's like, the first thing out of Howard mouth, oh, you're going to love her. Oh, you're going to love her. And I'm like, okay, throw her over here, you know, and that's all he's been doing. And I'm just, how could you not be happy with these people? You know what I'm saying?
I'm very happy.
You got a girl who sings, who dances. She's funny. She's, you know, she's comical. She takes my jokes. You know, she's good. I love her.
No, everybody that he's been bringing to us is very professional, and they really love their craft. You know,
it's not even that about loving their craft. It's just that.
Hold up, let me finish.
But they're so genuine.
But I'm saying they're very professional. You know what I mean? Anything that they do, they're very professional and they're serious.
They are so serious.
That's why I love having these type of artists on here, because it's like everybody watching, everybody listening. You know, you have an artist that basically been starving for this, left the house, and is still doing an amazing job. I can't even believe he had 3 jobs.
Oh man, I had 7 at one point before I moved.
Oh,
I was waitressing at 2 different places. I was nannying. I was teaching dance. I was teaching voice. I was working at a clothing store. And then I had like another like a music sort of thing. I led worship for my local church on Sundays and did like the kids ministry thing. And so I had 7 different jobs that I was doing at one time.
Me?
She outworked both of us just now.
Are you kidding me?
She just did both.
The only time in my life I think I would have had the energy for that was at 18 years old.
Oh wow! She just slapped us around.
Like,
you know that, right? She just slapped us around. She's like, "What do you got?" She just slapped us.
I had nothing to say.
Twice. She slapped us. She didn't slap us once. She slapped us twice.
Man, she smacked us. Did the whole freaking thing. Went back like
she's like, "Yo,
down."
She just took care of us. She just gave us, that, what do you call that, slam dunk kind of thing in wrestling? Just like
elbow
to the floor.
I forgot what you call it, man. Suplex.
Is that what it's called? She suplexed us?
Yeah.
Is that what she did? Okay, but her themes are more about like observations of day-to-day life, right? And mental health and wellness.
Mental illness, yes.
See, she's good, man. She's good. She's quicker than I am. I mean, she's really good, man. I'm telling you, she's funny. I'm just saying, she's really good at this. She's catching my mistakes.
And me and her usually do like, who can we compare you to? There's nobody.
Okay, I can compare.
Okay, I can't.
You can't compare?
Bring it.
Oh.
Give me something. People always ask this question, and I feel like I make my own comparisons, but that's my perception of me. So give me yours. I need to hear these.
Maybe I don't want to tell you right now. Oh wait, he's gonna say no. Okay, no.
Okay.
No, that is
sliding the paper across the table.
No, it's like we're in like a grade school. You can just say it. You don't have to write it.
All right. So my question to you is, right, do you feel like that's more of like a K-pop kind of sound or a pop kind of sound?
I'm not really somebody who listens to a lot of K-pop, which it is kind of wild to come out of my mouth as somebody who really loves pop music. I feel like I don't listen to a lot of K-pop. So I have a hard time comparing myself to that. But I do think that it does have a lot of the same comparisons. My producer, his name's Hamza. He writes a lot of he does a lot of hyper pop type music, and I always am trying to pull him back to like the earlier like 2010s type pop music, and so we get this little mesh of both, which is kind of why we land right there on that sound. But I can see the comparison for sure.
I got one. You know what? When she was singing, I don't know the name of the lead singer on the group.
Go.
But we're talking about, remember this, the group, the Jets? What? I'm just saying, okay, you may not remember them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please.
I think I do.
Okay, remember this song? I never told you, found out I got a crush on you. She has that. She has that sweet, penetrating voice.
I can't compare her. Like I was trying to think. I was trying to think of
her.
It's not that. I was trying to think of the people like with like that type of melody, and only thing that dawned on me was a couple of K-rock or K-pop singers.
Oh well.
And to me, I'm like, nah, she doesn't sound like any of that.
No,
because her tone is way different than the average.
Okay, a little bit of Ariana Grande, just a tad.
I will take that.
Attached.
hold on. Let's get the high pony. Let's see if we
Okay,
can.
yeah, there you go.
Maybe.
Yeah, she's
The hair's too short.
because if you listen to,
I could see that. You know, I
because
was thinking that too, but I was kind of like thinking a little bit more.
when Ariana first came out, and see, like as you see, Ariana's been in the game now for a long time, right? But when she first came out, that's what she reminds me of. When she first came out, she was like, yeah. I'm telling you, if you listen to that song by the Jets, you can hear Maddie.
Oh, I know what song you're saying. Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, yeah. I know it.
Okay, yeah.
I've never been
Take
wrong.
that.
I've never been wrong.
Very legendary.
I'm just saying. Just don't.
Wow, that's crazy. That's really good air. That's a really good air. Oh my God.
I know.
For me to be stumped and looking like, I got nobody on that one.
I know. Because it's not just about, I'm not about comparing you to the actual singer. It's just the feeling I get.
The type of tone.
Of the tone that you're
bringing.
Right. It's like, that's when I heard you, that's who it threw me back to that time. And let me tell you, if you can sound to me like who I grew up with, those people were very seasoned back then. Okay. They're not as seasoned as they are now.
Absolutely not. They got something called auto-tune that always saves them. But anyway.
Yes, this is what I'm talking about.
And pitch correction.
Everybody uses a little bit of Melodyne. It happens.
Yeah, but you know what? It's just like it's very authentic in you, and we like your music. So that's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad you do.
Listen, you wouldn't be here if we didn't, okay?
I trust that.
Yeah, she's really
We've had a
strong.
couple of nightmares.
Ooh.
Let me just say something. Not now. When we first started, you know, and then I said, you know what, babe, we got to be like other people. We got to like vet and, you know, really know what the person's about and what they're doing and, you know, what kind of music and stuff, because, you know, we want everybody to watch the show and actually enjoy it, you know? So thank you very much for having, you know, for coming on and everything. I really appreciate that.
It's been honestly, man, it's been a lovely show.
Yeah.
And you definitely should be inspiring the young people that are coming up to have your hustle.
Oh, if they had your hustle, girl, if they had her hustle.
Another
they
thing,
can stay out of it. I don't want the competition. No, I'm just kidding.
Honestly, you really break it down. There's only a handful of people that have your hustle. Yeah. Because this is how I look at it, right? In music, let's say about probably 30% of people probably are serious about this as a career.
Yeah.
That's why you're seeing all the time, 1 year later, somebody falling off, another year, someone falling off, another year, somebody leaving. I always felt that way. And then now break the margin of being a workhorse.
Yeah.
That's 10% right dead in there. Boom, there's only 10% in the world who I ever seen that are straight up workhorses that will sleep in the studio as a studio rat.
Or have 7 jobs.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's very likely, very rare.
Very, very rare.
That's why I know your work ethic is gonna make you become probably one of the greatest artists we ever seen.
Well, you know,
remember that.
Yeah, as long it's not, you know what it is, you can't predict exactly what's going to happen in everybody's future, but you have to make your future. You can't assume that the future is going to come into your hands and it's going to, you know, it's going to be rainbows and ponytails, right? You if you want something so badly, you got to go out and get it, and that's it. That's all I got to say. Right?
I had nothing else. You know what I mean? That's basically what you got to do.
Yeah.
All you have to do is keep doing the same thing what you're doing, putting out these TikTok videos, pushing yourself. You probably seen in the beginning me sitting there going like this with the camera, going like there, looking. My poor producer's looking at me like I'm weird. You know what I mean? But you got to have that hustle.
Yeah.
You don't have that hustle. You're not familiar. People don't know what you're doing. How you going to make it? How you going to make it with nobody even knowing who you are and you're single?
Yeah. Got it. Right.
No one's coming to save you. That's part of life. You got to do it yourself.
It's all about promotion.
Yeah, and I really appreciate you coming on the show. You You know, Maddie Mayo, go check her out. It's Maddie Mayo Music. It's MADIMAYO Music on Instagram. Go check her out. Go download her song Nepo Baby. And what was the other one as well that we wanted to put on? Not with that.
Not with you.
Not with you. Not with you. I'll go with her, but not with you.
Not with you. It's surprisingly a love song too, but you got to listen to it to understand the switch up of that.
All right. Well, you send that to me. We'll make sure we put it on our show.
Oh, no, I'm definitely going to put it on the DNA mix.
Mm-hmm. But again, thank you for coming on the show. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, it's been an amazing time with you, man. Does she want to shout anything out?
Do you want to shout out anybody? We got like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I definitely would love to shout out Howie. I'm thankful that I got his stamp of approval to, introduce me to you guys. It's been awesome to be on here and chat with you guys. And a big thank you to my producer Hamza, who has helped me put out all this amazing music and helped me sound so fabulous and bring all of the visions to everybody's ears.
Right.
And yeah, go check me out. Come follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all the places. I want to chat with everybody. If you liked that song, I've got a lot more. Okay. If you like the puns, I got a lot more. So come hang out with me online.
Thank you so much, hon. Again, everybody, Maddie Mayo Music on IG. And we'll see you next week, Sunday, same time, same place. Peace out, everybody.
Peace, ladies and gentlemen.